Okay guys, so today I want to talk about a training variable called RPE, and RPE stands for rate of perceived exertion. So in your program, in every workout, you will see different training variables. You'll see sets, you'll see reps, you'll see rest time sometimes, but RPE is super important because that helps you to choose the load or the weight on each exercise that is going to guarantee that you are working as hard as you should and also not working too hard. So rate of perceived exertion is actually a scale, and I can send along a little chart for you, a cheat sheet that you can refer back to. But basically it goes from RPE of 1 to RPE of 10. RPE of 10 would mean that after your last rep in your set, you couldn't do any more. You have no reps left in the tank. So say you're doing, I'll use an example of a bicep curl, and you're doing 3 sets of 10. After your 10th rep, if it was an RPE of 10, you couldn't do another one. If it was RPE of 9, that means that you could do one more. You have one more rep left in the tank. What you'll most commonly see in your programming is RPE of 7 and RPE of 8. So RPE of 8 means that you have 2 left in the tank. So you finish your set of 10, you know that you could do 2 more. Now if, say you chose a weight that was too light at first and you're like, oh, I could have done more. Don't worry about it. Just on your next set, bump the weight up. And then also vice versa, if you choose a weight that's too heavy and you're like, oh, my RPE was a little too high on that one, then just bump it down on the next set. Totally fine. This is just a way to regulate the loads that you're using, and also making sure that you are making the progress that you want to make, right? That you're pushing yourself as hard as you should, but also not too hard. So this applies to the big compound lifts, and this also applies to the smaller, more isolated movements. On the bigger compound lifts, it might take you a little longer to learn how to gauge what weights you should be using, but also on the big compound lifts, I would encourage you to keep writing down the weights you're using with different reps and set schemes, so that you can kind of keep track of your progress, and you can add maybe 5 pounds each time. Okay, so if anybody has any questions, reach out to me, let me know. But that is RPE, and it is super important variable, so please pay attention to it in your workouts. All right, good luck.